this is David of The Savage Experience, and I'm here with Screaming Mantis.
Hi, everybody. My voice sounds like shit. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a cold.
Now, to begin with, what's the significance of the name Screaming Mantis? To me, it sounds like something that comes from the Metal Gear franchise.
Have you seen my tattoo?
I've seen it, but to anyone who hasn't seen the tattoo...
I know, and the thing is that this stupid... I'm wearing cosplay, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just trust me. I have a tattoo of the Kojima emblem right here. The significance of that is, well, it's from Metal Gear Solid 4. And they use all female bosses. And they give them the... And I'm not going to spoil anything or anything like that, because I know that there's people probably that haven't played because it's only for PS3. But those origin stories of those 4 women are some of the most bizarre shit I've ever heard. Is it okay for me to swear?
It's fine, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I've had, in the other past interviews, I think a couple other people already swore, so you're okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure. It's kind of a bad habit, but Screaming Mantis actually was the story that stood out to me, and I really liked her. And I have to be completely honest, she is... this is my opinion, but out of all the bosses, I think she's the biggest badass, and I love everything about Screaming Mantis. And I used it, like, very randomly, like, just for, like, Twitter or something like that, and then I started doing, like, a couple cameos and videos, and it just kind of stuck. So that's where that comes from. Cool. So if you guys haven't played that game, you really have to, because that game is amazing.
Now, when did you get into the gaming comic book scene?
Okay, well, I've been playing video games since I was a child. I was born in '86, and I had a Nintendo since I actually don't remember not having one. The first game I ever played, actually, and I know a lot of people are gonna say Mario and Duck Hunt. No, actually, the first game my dad got it for me was Zelda 2. Now, when you're like 3 years old, Zelda fucking 2 is so... I didn't realize that, oh my god, how hard that was. And real quick, just because this is a really awesome memory that I have.
Sure.
I was sitting in my house with my Nintendo, and I'm playing Zelda 2. And I'm in the first castle, because I'm like a really young child at this point. I don't even know how old I was, but... And I'm like, oh my god, I got into the castle. And I was so excited because I didn't realize you can go left after the elevator. You guys have played the game. You can go left and you find a key. And this is what makes it great. My mother was yelling at me because we were getting ready to go to the Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, that's how long that was. I don't know when that came out, but I know it was like maybe like 1989 or
93 actually. This is yeah.
Okay, I can't do it right now. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I think I was like 9 or 8. I don't even think I was really that old. Like, I had the Nintendo for a really long time, and I had that game for a while. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, Mom, I can't, because we didn't have passwords for that game. You can pause it, you know, like, I can't save this, you know, and really, that game is so hard if you don't know what you're doing. When you're a child, you don't know what you're doing with anything, really. Like, okay, Mario is a platformer, great. Duck Hunt, really, how hard is Duck Hunt, you know, with the zapper? But, yeah, but I paused it and turned the TV off. And me and my mother went to go see the Mario movie. And I remember crying after the Mario movie. Because I was so disappointed. as a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But that, as far as comic books go, well, I'm a really big fan of the 90s. Like, I miss the 90s all the time. One of my favorite parts of the 90s was Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, definitely.
That was genius.
It was.
I actually have the entire box set all 4 seasons. I think there's 4 seasons.
Yeah, even including when they transitioned over to WB.
Yes, and I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna be one to say this. I did not like the transitions and what they did to the villains. Yeah. The Joker looked like he was from fucking Jamaica, and if you don't know, I'm extremely upset. Harley Quinn is like my favorite fictional character, like ever. Mm-hmm. Basically, when I was watching that when I was younger, I wanted to see so much more of Harley Quinn, and she was in the comic books back then. Paul Dini, I think it's Dini, or is it Dini?
I believe it's Paul. Yeah, Paul Dini. Yeah.
Paul Dini was the one who created her, mm-hmm. and it was only for the series. They didn't think that was going to go anywhere, and okay, that was in 1992. We're in 2012. Like, she lasted, and not only that character, she is such a good character, and I'm not talking about the DC relaunch because I don't want to talk about that. Uh-huh. That doesn't count to me. You know how there's a whole thing about like I don't want to say like nerds or anything, but like people. Okay, I'm gonna use the Star Wars movies as an example.
Go ahead.
Some of the prequels, people just refuse to. You know what? That doesn't exist to me. Uh-huh. You know how people kind of do that, even though it's canon, it kind of isn't to them. Yeah, that whole DC relaunch with Harley Quinn and the way she looks right now, I wish never happened, and it really actually breaks my heart to see that because they made her so slutty, and when you take her out of the Batman. If she's out of Gotham City, that her thunder is gone. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. But sorry, I'm so sorry to ramble, but seeing Harley Quinn when I was a child was basically what got me into comic books and wanted me to find out more about them. And also a big reason I also got into like other comic books that I honestly would have never known that existed is Linkara. From that guy with the glasses.com. I watch a lot of his videos, and I think he's really talented, and I really like his videos and some of the things that you know, you've seen his videos. I'm sure you guys have too. Yeah, some of those most of the comic books are like bad, but like the Silent Hill ones. Not the ones he reviewed, but like if you actually go and look for more of them, they're actually not that bad. Mm-hmm. So it was mostly Harley Quinn, and Linkara came around, and I was like, well, you know, I'm like, this is great, and that's how I got into comic books.
Now, because we mentioned, you know, Linkara and reviewing, what made you to decide to go into reviewing, but in particular, reviewing drinks?
Okay, this is a little bit embarrassing, but it's okay. I really, really like alcohol. I just do. It's not. I'm not like an alcoholic by any sense of the word or anything like that. I'm really not. Mm-hmm. But I really just like to drink. I do, and not to a sixth sense or anything like that, where I'm making myself sick or anything like that. But you know. I get bored, and here's something else too. When I decided to actually like try to put a video out, I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, well, okay, let me think about it for a second. And I was in my room, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, well, you know what? There's a lot of people who do taste test shows, and I'm not copying anything like that, but nobody does alcohol. And I remember looking up people I didn't even know, like from other sites, not that just that guy with the glasses, but from other websites, over and over. And there was like 2 people, and I think it was from YouTube, like that I saw, like that they were reviewing alcohol, and they were doing it very obnoxiously, like literally taking like taking a bottle and like, you know, just downing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid. And the thing is, too, is that I come from Buffalo, and Buffalo has a lot of really crazy drinks. Some of the stuff that I've reviewed on there, you cannot find any of that stuff. I've paid less than $1 for alcohol before in Buffalo. So I'm like, you know what, I know a lot about this stuff, so why not have, because this, to me, I have a lot of fun doing it. And I don't know, I think it's fun. I can do it by myself. If I want to add a friend, I can have friends. Like I said, I actually just recorded one like an hour before you came, and like it's a really good video. Like, well, I like it anyway. Yeah. You know, I don't know if like people like it, but I like it, and I think that's all that matters. But that's how that started.
Now, concerning that, when it comes to online reviews, in particular with drinks and beverages and such, do you think that there is a future for online food, drink reviews, and not necessarily, you know,
not just
gouging?
alcohol.
Well, yeah, not only that, but also just the idea of like, let's try this out, as you mentioned, gouging down food, and instead of really trying it, they're just, you know, to savor the taste of the food or the drink.
Do I think that there's a future in that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, I do. I really do. And the thing is that people who do tasting videos, whether it's food, drink, alcohol, dessert, whatever, I really think that, and you know what, I'm guilty of this myself. And honestly, I really am. And it's just something that, when you film something like that, it's hard because those videos tend to be very long. And even if you don't mean it to be, it does, because you have to explain what it tastes like, and sometimes that's really difficult to do. You have to actually, you know, eat it or drink it or whatever. Or you have to. There's just, I think it's a lot. I don't want to say it's like, it's not like super difficult, but it takes a lot more effort than I think people realize. What I think has to happen as far as this kind of category of videos is, I think people need to slow down. And like I said, I'm guilty of that myself, because you know what, I've sped through my own videos, you know. I think they need to slow down, and explanations need to be better, and like one bite or one swig is not enough to test something. Okay, there's your, especially like even when I do my videos, you know, and I'll be honest with you, like I always say I'm gonna crack this fucker open, and I do, because it's the first time I'm opening something, because I don't try it beforehand. I think the only time I did try something beforehand was like, it was kind of like I don't want to say a throwaway video, but it was a video that I just like kind of was like, well, I mentioned this in a previous video, so I might as well just do it, kind of thing. It's just a beer, you know.
Yeah.
And pardon me. When you have first sip, and okay, you either like it or you don't. But the thing is that you have to try it again, like 2 or 3 times, like either sip, or like bites if you're doing food, because you don't really know what you think about it until you like eat or drink at least half of it. Yeah, there might be something disgusting that you don't like, and as soon as it touches your mouth, you know that you don't want to do it anymore. But I just think that people just need to slow down a little bit. Otherwise, I think it's, yeah, there's a really big future for it. I really think so. And I would like to see it explode, because you know what, like, even other people trying stuff, like some of the really funny things that they try, like they'll get really foreign stuff. I think it's really funny. Like, I saw some guy eating scorpions, and like the reaction on your face, like you can see the exact moment when he realized, oh my god, what am I doing? I think that's so, I'm sorry, maybe my sense of humor is warped, but I think that's funny.
No, I gotta check that video out to see.
I'll show it to you, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Now, as you mentioned at the beginning of the video, you cosplay, you apologize for the fact that you cosplay, and to those who know, she's dressed as Sucker Punch.
Baby doll.
Baby doll from
And
Sucker
I'm
Punch.
only doing it because people tell me I look just like her, which honestly, I kind of do. Unfortunately, because that movie was fucking terrible. But go ahead.
Now, what do you like about cosplaying?
Oh. Well, that's kind of a hard... No, it's not a hard question, but it's a vast question. Alright, when you make your own... Okay, when you make your own costume and stuff like that, you work really hard on it.
Yes.
And when it comes together and you look in the mirror and you realize, holy fuck, I'm Harley Quinn from Arkham Asylum, which was one of my cosplays. The sense of the fact that you made that and it looks good and it's just so cool to see that. And when I cosplay, I don't just cosplay as anybody. I cosplay as people that I can pull off, like, without dyeing my hair or wearing a wig or something. Harley Quinn, like, obviously I mentioned her a lot. I'm sorry, I really love Harley Quinn. Baby doll, because this is what she looks like. I was trying to do a Supergirl cosplay before. That didn't go over very well. I screwed up with the sewing, but I've done Sailor Moon a bunch of times. It's so fun. It's just fun. It really is. And I think that's really all I can say about it. It's just so much fun. I love going out and you know, people are like, hey, you're from, you know, whatever. And it's like, yeah, thank you for recognizing. You know, it's just a really good feeling. I really like doing it.
Now, my final question is, since we're at MAGFest 10, what do you think is the best aspect of MAGFest?
Alright, I came to MAGFest last year, and I have to be honest, this hotel that they're hosting it at is so much more organized, and they deal with the people so much better. I really haven't left my hotel room a lot. I kind of had just a whole bunch of friends and stuff, but I did go to 2 panels, and the ones that I went to I really, really liked. And not like last year, because the rooms are so damn small. It was the Hilton, in was it Richmond, Virginia? Well, wherever. It was in Virginia.
Virginia, yeah.
Yeah. They were so small and you couldn't fit anybody, and people were waiting at the door. Like, I remember, like, these poor people, like, you won't let them in because of a fire hazard, because your room is so damn small. Then why did you have a convention?
Yeah.
You know? However, this hotel, every single panel I've went to, last year I had to wait in line for almost, like, 3 hours. I went to that guy with the glasses, obviously. And I went to one of Angry Video Game Nerds. And I think there's a concert tonight. Is it tonight?
Yeah, there was going off of
Uematsu.
Yeah, they just performed. Yeah.
If I missed that, then why did I come? Yeah, so I'll be there, and I know it's gonna be packed. But the thing is that these rooms are made for conventions, and nobody is sitting on the floor or standing up or waiting to get in, because they can fit people. And actually, that's really nice. You know, they actually treat us, they don't treat us like a bunch of, you know, computer geeks or whatever, like last year. Because were you here last year?
I wasn't. This is my first time.
Last year, they didn't treat us all that nicely. They treated us like we were a bunch of, like, man and women kids, basically. This place, like I mentioned to you before we started recording, I got a couple of room service, and, like, they called me, like, by my, like, oh, miss, is everything okay? Can I take this? I'm like, you're wonderful. You know, I gave the one girl, like, a 20. I'm like, oh my god, like, how nice is that? Like, I called the front desk about a credit card issue, and they fixed it, like, within, like, fucking a minute. Like, last year, that was not like that. So, I really like this location, and it's really easy to find people, because MAGFest people, like, this year are kind of all around the panel areas. So, if you know people, like, from Twitter or whatever, you can totally meet them, and it's really not that hard. You know, and without the cell phone things and whatever, you know, you don't have to, like, try to find someone's number through Twitter, through your phone or your computer, and then, like, go and find them. And I just really I just really enjoy it here. This is actually a really great convention, and I'm very happy to be here. I am. This is really, really fun.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for taking time out to
No,
do this
thank you.
interview.
This is wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.